We don't play around. Yo, we don't play around. Strict me. We don't play around. See me in the street. Hey! What's going on, world? You already know what it is. It's your friends sitting here with the stand-up comedy and sports. Yes, all kinds of topics today, including, yes, the playoffs is coming. Did you realize that? It's time. Let's go ahead and delve a little bit into that. We got a special guest that's going to join us today, so we're going to jump on that real quick. And also, there's some other crazy things going on in the wide world of sports, so we're going to tune into that for a second. But just to get things cranked up real quick, let's go ahead, put our intro on the screen, and let's get into it right now, because these playoffs starting off this week, baby. Crank it on up. Let's get it poppin'. All right, as I said before, guys, we got a special guest in the building today, and we want to go ahead and bring him in. First thing first, man, it is myself, the real Vince Taylor, and I am joined by none other than the really, really dope host of folks. We got the Mr. Ty Bricks in the building. We got none other than Solo Jones. And I don't know what's going on here. You know, The Last of Us just started this week. You got to click on the screen. We got my dog, Bo Pete, reporting live from the Dope Garage, and none other than Mr. Stand Up, Mr. Coming to America, Mr. DJ Comic Deal, Mr. Death Jam, and everybody else on the screen like, how come I didn't get that intro? It's because it's Rodney Perry. Hallelujah. What's going on, Rodney Perry?
Hey, it's an honor and a privilege, man. My guys I love is on here, Solo Jones and Bo Pete. Wow.
Oh wow, you got love for these dudes? Even this one right here? Like, what's going on? We can't even get the Wi-Fi straight. Like, something wrong.
Shut your mouth. Hey man, the man is a soloist. He ain't trying to let the world see him.
That's right, baby.
That's what I'm talking about. Well, listen, it's good to have you on, Mr. Perry, man. We got you and the rest of the other comics, and I know we all deal in the world of stand-up comedy. You especially, always on the road. We know how it is, but I've noticed that even though you be on the road, you still had time sometimes to put out, one or two things about sports. I noticed this one right here where you actually were talking about somebody trying to get their training route. Could you give us a little bit of insight as to what you talking about right here, homeboy?
Well, I decided to do this video. It just seemed it was motivating to me. The question is, are you working this hard? And then somebody said in the comments, they was like, somebody said you're never going to need these skills, but it ain't about the skills themselves. It's about the wherewithal to do the work. Right. Whether you're a comedian, whether you're an entrepreneur, no matter what you do, you got to put the work in. Like, this is work. Like, y'all create this show. This is work, man. And y'all making it happen in the rain.
In the rain.
Hey, Rodney, I've been watching this dude for years, man. He's been training. He's in Africa. He's been training with trash cans. He been training with trash cans. He ain't got this modern day equipment.
In the game, man. They be eating goat. They nice.
Yeah.
All right. So Rodney, as a superstar comedian, how many times have you practiced stand-up comedy in the rain?
You know what? I did somebody's backyard, somebody's birthday one time in the backyard in the rain.
With the mic?
Yeah, dude, I was standing in a bucket of water. I almost got electrocuted.
You were standing in a bucket of water. Was this a job or was this a sentence?
I like to live on the edge, V. I like to live on
the edge. Yeah, all right. Well, he's got a good point though, man. But Solo, Bo P, y'all gotta admit, man, sometimes it take working out like this, man. Even not just in sports, even when it's a comedian type thing. Like, you gotta go to the open mics. Sometimes after you did that theater.
For sure.
Sometimes you still got to go to the showcase to get that one joke turped out. You know what I mean? And that's kind of like going back to the slums, doing them fight rooms like Cat's Cafe, you know what I'm saying? And places where you got to like go out there and you a star. Somebody going to put on there like that joke didn't work. They're going to put that one thing on Instagram. You can be like, Brad, what the rest of the set? You know what I'm saying? Like, them the trenches. That's what I think that's what I read when I see this type of clip. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You got to follow that brother. That brother plays in the roughest environment. I'm serious. He just got shoes. He just got shoes. He just got shoes about a year ago.
You're right about that. And what's amazing is that if you can perform, if you can do your thing here, hardwood court indoors. Ain't nothing but a thing.
Right, with shoes on. Oh, he killing.
Hey, I just got one thing to say. He did all that training and then go out for the trials and they don't pick him. He look like he gonna beat somebody's ass. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Somebody, you gotta get your ass with that day. Yeah.
He don't went through all that and they don't pick him. Oh hell no! Somebody get.
Nah.
Look
That's
at
that.
that.
If I get this crossover, the whole village eat type. Like that's like, you know what I'm saying? Like real, like grind it out. Like, look, bro, he got bungee cords on his arms, bro. Like this ain't no real workout. Like even
muscle
without
memory,
the rain,
muscle memory. He practicing.
Yeah, man. So I don't even know. I don't even want to speak on it. Well, let's go ahead and keep it going, man. In
We
addition,
saw them boys in the Olympics. Them African boys in the Olympics did a great job too.
That's right. Yeah.
He said,
wait, what part of the Olympics?
If I get this crossover,
in the basketball,
my whole village eat.
The past Olympics, Angola almost beat United States.
Yeah,
that man is playing for meat, bro. Yeah. He is playing for ration.
That game.
He trying to get it in. Yeah. Well, let's keep it going, man. Speaking of basketball, as we said, man, there's also, in addition to the man that's out there doing what he doing in Africa, there's a whole new schedule since we do have the playoffs this week. And I'm just curious about you guys' teams that you think might just make it further in the playoffs. Who do you have going to the finals? Who do you think, in terms of East versus West, has any kind of advantage in this upcoming tournament that we got going on?
I'm gonna speak last.
Nobody got no team.
I like. Okay, I like the Lakers' chances. They're gonna be hard to beat with the experience LeBron has and the talent that Luka has. They're gonna be hard to beat. OKC gonna be hard to beat. Cleveland gonna be hard to beat. Boston gonna be hard to beat. But I like my Warriors' chances. If they win this play-in game tonight against Grizzlies, they're gonna be hard to beat if Butler is healthy.
But
Curry is healthy.
Okay.
Ooh.
Oh, Rodney, you can take it if you want to. I'll jump on in there, but you tell me.
I like the Lakers. Like Shannon Sharp say, Lakers in 5. Yo, I really like the Lakers, man. I don't think you can beat, like you say, the experience of LeBron James. Been 15 playoffs, 15 opportunities to win it all. And I like LeBron. I like Luka. I like they supporting class. I like AR. He's been doing great on the team. I love the Lakers, what they're doing right now. And to be honest, I think the Lakers got the OKC's number, because we just seen this in history. History tells us that a team that's young like that, no matter what the talent is, they're not ready to see a team 4 games in a row.
Right, this is playoff. This ain't regular season. This is the playoff.
Regular season.
And I'm gonna jump in there.
And get what? Also, to put a pin on it, Luka Doncic, whatever his name is. He's the first European player to have his jersey be the #1 selling jersey in the NBA.
Wow.
Okay.
Not even Dirk?
Nope, not even Dirk.
No, not even Dirk.
Not even Manu.
I know T gonna come in.
Manu Ball.
All right.
Manu Ball was not even Jeremy Lin. No, I'm just playing. I know Jeremy Lin.
He said Jeremy Lin.
Jeremy Lin was hot for a minute though, for like 3 weeks.
That's messed up. All right.
Yo, Ty, go ahead, Solo.
Yeah, because
By the way, they got some interesting stuff about you in the comments. Somebody said that dude looked like a puppet.
Shut your mouth. All right, let me explain something to y'all right now. First of all, everything's rigged. Let nobody fool you. The Lakers will go all the way. First of all, just like Rodney Perry said, he so eloquently said that the OKC is the only threat they have. None of y'all mentioned the Rockets. They beat the Rockets like they owe them money. So let's look at this. Now, who they play in the East? None of them niggas can beat anybody on the West. So the Lakers
Boston
will
is good,
win.
though, Solo. Boston is good.
Man, Boston can't beat no dog.
Cleveland good. Cleveland good.
The only way that Boston could beat the Lakers is LeBron quit basketball. Listen, 4 games. Wow. Like, let me tell you something. And I doubt, I'm going to say this right now. I hope Rodney come back on the show when they get down to the last finals, bro. Because I think it ain't even going to be Boston at the finals. I don't believe they're going to make it. I don't think they're going to make it. I'm going to say that right now.
Who you like to come out the East? Who you like?
Oh. Wait a minute. Who number 2 in the East right now?
Boston. Maybe Cleveland.
Who number 2?
No, Boston.
Cleveland. Because they won't. Let me tell you why. Give me 30 seconds. 30 seconds. Let me tell you why. LeBron James goes to Cleveland, tells Cleveland, this one for you. Now Cleveland, they're the best team in the NBA right now. And Cleveland makes it to the finals. Guess what? LeBron's got to either say, Cleveland, I'm taking this shit from you. You know what I'm saying? Or Cleveland wins regardless. So that's what I'm saying. The Lakers gonna win, but I think it's gonna be LeBron's gonna lead with that bad chip on his shoulder. Remember, he did it for the Cleveland. Now he got to beat Cleveland.
You think they gonna play Bronny?
Of course they're gonna play Bronny. Let me tell y'all something about Bronny.
Like, he got to start. He started the other night, right?
Yeah, he started the other night.
Yeah, because all the starters rested.
Yeah, of course. That's the only way he was gonna get it. She was like, "Don't y'all smoke that good shit." Nigga, that nigga was only there because it's the only choice they had.
Ty, who do you think's got a chance, bro? Who's your pick in this whole thing?
Well, just to clear some things up, Cleveland has the best record in the East. Against the West this year, they have a positive winning record. They were able to pretty much dominate the West for most of the season. Boston is second in the division in the East, right behind Cleveland. And by the way, let's not forget, Boston just won the championship last year. So let's not act like they can't beat the West, because they did. So when it comes to the West, I'm a Lakers fan. Everybody knows that. I'm a Lakers fan. Do I think that the Lakers have the potential to get to the championship? Absolutely. Do I feel like they're going to win the championship? Not necessarily. It does take time for teams to gel. Even with Luka Doncic, being Luka Doncic, when I've seen him and LeBron on the floor at the same time, it's not. LeBron usually plays that position like Dwayne Wade did when he came to Cleveland. He kind of lets Luka do his thing and then kind of just fades to the background. What the coach is going to have to figure out is how to get the most out of LeBron when Luka's not on the floor, and vice versa. How to get the most out of Luka when LeBron is not on the floor. Because that's going to be the only way that they're going to be able to win in the playoffs. You're going to have to like stagger their minutes, because otherwise what you're going to do is you're going to exhaust LeBron. LeBron is still 40 years old. And throughout the whole season, he wasn't really playing back-to-back games. He would play a game, and then that next game he would take a break and take off. You can't do that in the playoffs. In the playoffs, you got to play. So
ain't no back-to-backs in the playoff, dog.
It's not about the back-to-backs in the playoffs. It's more about the fact that you're gonna have to play. You're gonna have to play these grueling series. And by the way, you're playing the same team. It's one thing to take a night off and then you play a subpar team. But if you're playing an elite team every other night, then it's a lot different. If you're playing OKC, a bunch of young boys who run up and down the court every single night, you know what I'm saying, and you get to the third game of that series, trust me, LeBron is going to look a little bit fatigued in those games, just like he did last year. We'll see. But
why you don't think so? Why you don't think so, Rodney?
I mean, hasn't Luka extended LeBron's career? Like, look, the fact that Luka is there allows LeBron to play off ball, allows LeBron to play a whole different game. He do not have to run the offense. Luka is a great passer, great shooter. And I think the guy is really extending LeBron's career. You know, I think we might see LeBron play with his other son as well.
Hey, Vince.
Yes, sir.
How much are you paying Ty to be on this show? He done went from an apartment to a damn mansion now. Look at the background. This nigga got a grand piano in the background now. When he first started, he was in his bathroom.
Well,
When he first started, he was in his bathroom in an apartment.
Everybody can't afford such a luxurious garage as yours, Bo P. You know what I'm saying? Like, what you want me to do, bro? Everybody can't get this. You probably pull that up with the string, too. You probably
green screen, bro. That's green screen, bro.
Hey, Ty, go over there, hit a note on the. Go over there, hit a note on the piano for me, Ty.
Why don't you let your garage down, man? Why don't you go ahead and pull it? Hey, hold on, man. I gotta do the podcast this morning. Hey, baby, hey, come get the other side of this. Come get the other side of this screen. I'm trying to pull that thing up right quick. You know, you can't push the button, man. And by the way, you want to check on your neighbors again? Did the house actually catch on fire? Like,
I know,
right? It's cool. It's cool.
Hey.
Yeah.
Also, I can't hold on. While Bo P does this, I can't let him slide because you let your neighbor get on the screen like this.
Hey man, what he do over his house? That's his house. What he do over there at his house? That's his house.
I'm gonna need you to go across the street and fix his face.
Let me tell you something. When you put 40,000 in your mouth.
Oh, okay. All right, you're right.
You look good. But let me say something real quick. Shut your mouth. Let me say something, Ty. Ty, if you are concerned about fatigue with LeBron James in a 7-game series, you are sadly mistaken, my brother. Let me tell you why. Because LeBron has everything to look forward to when it comes to Luka. Luka has changed the whole damn game for him. And why did he? Yes, sir, bro. Because you put it on point. He doesn't have to work that hard no more. Look at the game. Luka scoring 40-something points, 30-something points a game. LeBron bringing in 25, 30. If you look at the past series, that's all you need to win a game. And they right now in Las Vegas, Las Vegas say the Lakers gonna win because they say Shannon Sharp said inside. So I say, Laker fan, watch and see. I want you to call me that night because I promise you, LeBron's gonna hold up a title for the first brother to hold up a title with his son at the same time. He will hold a title up. Both of him and his son gonna hold that title up, and his son just rolled the coattail all the way there. And I know they're gonna do it because I believe the NBA is scripted. And I believe that they want him to beat Cleveland, to bring Cleveland back down. It won't be Boston, and it will be Lakers.
Well, look, let's be very clear. I hope that what you and Rodney are saying are true because, again, I am a Lakers fan. However, I am also a realist. And
put this nigga in the middle.
The best LA team right now playing the best basketball in LA is the Clippers. Nobody even mentioned that team. And the reason that I give them the slight edge is because we haven't seen Kawhi Leonard healthy in a very long time. And guess what? Guess what? He's probably playing the best basketball we've seen him play since he was in Toronto, or better yet, since he was in San Antonio. So what I saw yesterday when they played when they played the Warriors, was everybody on that team stepping up when they needed to. That game was a great game, by the way. If anybody caught that game,
it was really good.
Yeah, it was a great game. They went into OT and the Clippers were able to edge them out. But what I saw is James Harden has been playing the best basketball of his career this year as a point guard. Kawhi Leonard has been phenomenal. Ivica Zubac, which is an ex-Laker, which we let go, has been playing phenomenal at the center position. I think he had like 18 rebounds or something against the Warriors. Now, this is why I'm picking the Clippers over the Lakers. We have a center that is tall, but he's not a center that we can go to for scoring if we need scoring. We can't go to Jackson Hayes and be like, yo, get us 20 and 10. We can't. It's just impossible for that dude to do it. He hasn't done it all year since we picked him up. And once you go get past Jackson Hayes, which is our tallest player, then you start dealing with a smaller lineup. You start dealing with Vanderbilt and
Bronny James.
Be quiet, Bo-P. Let him dig his own hole.
You start dealing with Vanderbilt. You start dealing with Hachimura. You start dealing with yeah, that's pretty much it. That's our big men. So what I see is when we get up against those teams that are more physical and we have those bigger players, I feel like we're gonna have a problem with that. And you know, I hope again that you guys are right. But there are a lot of teams like again Denver, who we haven't spoke about, who still has the greatest big man in basketball right now, still able to do everything on the court. The only problem with them is that Jamal Murray is currently hurt. And I don't know how that's going to play out for them in the
he's
playoffs.
back now. He's back now. He's back now. Jamal is back.
Well, yo, he's back. He's back, but I don't know if you guys saw, he's back, but I don't know if you guys saw him when they played the other day. He's not 100%. Jamal Murray is not 100% at all. When it comes to the West, though, you have those teams like a Clippers, like a Golden State, who are scary, could be possibly very, very scary sleeper teams. And then the Denver Nuggets also. When it comes to the OKC Thunder, I heard y'all say, you know, it's traditionally younger teams don't do well in the playoffs. That is correct. But this OKC team, this will be the third year in a row that they've made the playoffs. Three of the players on their teams have been part of those playoffs, which is Holmgren, my man SGA, and Jalen Williams. This is his second year in the league, so he was there last year. They're still playing top-notch basketball. Still playing top-notch basketball. Still led the NBA with the best record in the league. Still have one of the premier players in SGA. And again, that youth may be the one thing that can be the kryptonite for the Lakers. I would love to see Luka go bonkers in the NBA in the NBA playoffs. But this is not the first time we've seen Luka go bonkers in the NBA playoffs, and they still don't win a championship. Look, I would love to see the Lakers there. I just think that the road to the finals is going to be very tough for them. And that's just what I think.
Go ahead, Rodney.
Yeah, Rodney's face said so much just now. Rodney, will your face please speak?
Wow, man. I mean, Ty really, you know, I get the whole concept. You know, everybody want to throw all these teams up. First of all, yes, the Lakers are small, but so is Golden State.
Badly.
Golden State, they little as hell. Ain't nobody scared of them on as far as what I need is I don't need my center to score no damn 20 points. I got LeBron and Luka. You know, and how about this? You talking about the Clippers? I'd rather have a set of Clippers.
He ain't lying.
We don't know what they're gonna do. Saying Kawhi is the best he's been in years, but you gotta say that because he ain't been nothing in years. Let me say, Kawhi Leonard is probably the world's first autistic NBA star.
Yo, come on. What are we doing? First of all, that hasn't been confirmed. All right,
I looked it up, Vince. It's on the internet.
Nah,
you ever heard him laugh? Oh! So
I don't know, man.
No, he's high functioning. I don't
know, man.
And we applaud him for finding his way. I like the Clippers. I don't think the Clippers is gonna put together enough to come out the West. And OKC again, you know, they got swept last year. They're gonna get swept again. I'm not impressed, and I think JJ Redick is coach of the year, and he gonna be able to coach the Lakers through all this quagmire of basketball in the West.
And let me put the coffee on it. I'm about to take off the glasses.
Take them off.
Wow. Okay. All right.
For the last goddamn time, let me say this one more time. First of all, when you bring up the Clippers, man, the hell with the Clippers. The Clippers ain't doing nothing. That little shine is just because they're making it shine. Let's look at the record against the Lakers this year before Luka. They beat the Clippers' ass. Clippers got the same fucking team when he played, and both players played. James and not James, but what's the retarded nigga name? He played.
Oh my God.
Oh wow.
And James Harden played. So they both played and still lost. Now, let me say this. Back before Luka, who made them in the NBA. So I'm saying, bro, you're a Laker fan, right? You say you're a Laker fan. Well, look at this. You're supposed to always give your team the benefit of the doubt. And you're not giving your team the benefit of the doubt. Think about it. You said the Clippers. The Clippers just played against the Warriors to keep from going to the goddamn play-in. You get? And so you're saying
No,
because they're in it,
no,
that don't mean shit. We already beat them without Luka. So I'm saying, like, there is no team. There's only one team that they worry about for the Lakers. You know who that team is?
Who's that?
No? None of them. Okay? Lakers in 5.
Yo, Solo, you were actually wrong on that, man. They didn't play. The Clippers wasn't playing for the play-in. They're actually, I think, the 4th or the 5th seed in the West. The game that they were playing was for the Warriors chance to not be in the play-in, and they needed the Minnesota Timberwolves to lose, and they didn't. The Minnesota Timberwolves won.
And you are correct.
Yeah.
Somebody tell Ty we don't care about the facts.
We don't.
I know, right?
The reason he said, hold on, Rodney. The reason he said this because Solo's been wrong many of times.
Yeah.
Black Ron in the building.
All of the times. Every single last motherfucking time. What do you mean? Every last time. I was proud of him.
Put my goddamn glasses on, nigga.
He was so
I still can't
passionate.
see your black ass. Oh, there you go.
My boy was so loud and wrong. He was so loud and so wrong.
Shout out to Black Ron pulling up.
No, straight up, we been Black Ron, yo. Show Black Ron some love, man.
Like some all the Rons. There's not a Ron darker.
Ron Darker.
Hey,
Black.
hey! I love
Ron.
I love Ron. I love how Ron just sat in front of the sun so his skin could look sun-kissed. This thing was like, I'm gonna sit right in front of the sun.
So Ron, are you what's going on, Ron? Like, are you is this the morning after? There's got to be a morning after. Are you headed home? Type, you know what I'm saying? From
That's crazy.
That's the drive of shame. Yeah, dude.
That boy said the drive of shame.
Stop rubbing your face. You're gonna wipe that. Stop rubbing your face. You're gonna wipe that makeup off. Stop rubbing your face.
Hey, Ron, you in Dallas. You're a part of the team that got rid of Luka. How silly do y'all feel?
Yeah.
Oh,
You know what?
That's a good question, actually.
You know what?
Ask him again.
I'm gonna tell y'all, like I've been telling y'all for 3 weeks. One thing you gotta know for sure: Dallas is not the home of billionaires for no reason. If they unloaded what looks like to be a prime commodity so abruptly,
That's that driving.
Hey, Rodney.
That's that driving with no wife.
Rodney. Let me tell you why they got rid of Luka, right? The new owner was a female. The new owner was a female. She wanted a new state. She wanted a new stadium. Right. They wouldn't build her one. She wanted to move. Then she said, "I want to move to Vegas. I'm gonna move the team to Vegas."
They want gambling, but you can have gambling in Texas.
Right. And she said, "I'm gonna move the team to Vegas." They said, "You're not moving our team." She said, "Okay, then. If you don't let me do what I want to do, I'm gonna get rid of your best player."
Yep.
That's what happened in that situation.
Is that
she
real?
Was pissed off.
No, because of the money. The money. He's right. If she couldn't get her way, she knew she wanted to save that money. She couldn't justify that money unless it went to Vegas and did the deal. So when the deal wouldn't go through, she said, "Fuck that! I'm not giving him almost $400 million." Yeah, but she didn't care no more. Yeah. All
right, help me understand. Right. All right, y'all love basketball. Help me understand, like, the legitimacy of the claim that Bo P just made. Like, I saw what he just said, but I saw it in like a shade room post. So I don't know how legitimate that claim is. Can somebody like just give me some background as to whether that?
Remember when Mark Cuban?
You're telling me that this trade was out of spite? Like some white lady was just mad. And don't get me wrong,
man, look here.
I heard the same story, but I don't know how true it is.
Look
Oh,
here, man.
Right.
Look here, man. Mark Cuban sold his majority share of the Dallas Mavericks to the same family that owns Bally's Casinos. That's why you start seeing
Preach,
the
boy.
Bally's Sports Network and the same Bally's that used to own the gyms back in the day. Now they own betting and stuff. Well, they always had betting in Vegas, right? So
Right.
these boys sold their majority share to this lady who is the heir to the Bally's Sports and Casinos throne. They started the Bally's Sports Channel, and all of a sudden you start seeing Dallas Mavericks games being aired on this Bally's Sports Channel. Why did Mark Cuban sell his shares? Because at the time, Texas was lobbying to get casinos built here in Texas. And all of a sudden, the deal fell through. So now that the deal has fallen through, this lady is actually now trying to get the Mavericks moved to Vegas. It's not going to happen. So while it's not going to happen, she feels like she can do whatever power moves she wants until she can get somebody to offload the team onto. And the first thing you're not going to do is have any type of interpersonal relationships that go sour with her. Luka has been reportedly as a diva, both on and off the court, both in and out of the locker room. He has a reported drinking habit that is apparently starting to get out of control. Think back to when you was 25. Could anybody tell you shit? Can't nobody tell you shit when you 25, especially when you making more money than most motherfuckers who have a negative opinion about you. If you're not riding with the mob, fuck you and what you talking about.
Mark Cuban got rid of the team because
to a place where you can live like that.
Mark Cuban got rid of the team because supposedly he's trying to run for office, public office.
You don't want to do that.
Rodney, what's going on, bro?
I will say this. Black Ryan makes a great point, man. You hear a lot of these stories around the streets in the Dallas area, but you know, some of the things I've heard is that what Ron has said is absolutely a fact. But at the same time, these owners have across the league. When you go back to Cleveland with LeBron, the owners have started. They trying to take the power back from the players, and so this was a power move, not just for Dallas, but for all ownership, because they want to take their power back. So I mean, I think that's one thing, and you got to think Luka was not necessarily a diva, but he was also treated great by Mark Cuban. Mark Cuban treated Luka like whatever he wanted, because that was their guy. When you're the guy, you're the best guy on your team, you're gonna get treated great. And they were treating him great, and they tried to change it with the new ownership, which is whack.
Yeah. Pretty ugly. Not necessarily too happy about how that went down. A lot of folks in Dallas, but it did go down. But I'm not gonna lie. I mean, even though I don't watch basketball as closely, it feel like the Clippers didn't necessarily lose as much as folks thought. Like Luka wasn't,
not the Clippers.
You talking about the Mavericks?
Mavericks. Yeah. Hey, nigga, please.
Tiger Woods was on the team too.
I was on the team. Well, anyway, we talk about. Yeah, go ahead, bro.
I was just gonna say that Black Ron kind of made a fair point when it comes to the diva aspect of Luka. You got to understand, Luka's been a superstar since he was 16 years old. Like he was already being like groomed to go to the NBA since he was 16 years old, playing over in whatever country that was. Slovenia. So and they were talking about this dude as a 16-year-old. They were talking about give him a couple more years, you're gonna see this kid in the NBA. And since he's been in the NBA, to the point that everybody's making, Dallas, has treated him like, the next coming of the greatest. They had already established that they had already called him the next one up, after LeBron. He was the next one up. As soon as he came in the league, they were making comparisons with him and LeBron. As soon as he got there, like from his stats to the way he played, he's a pass first guard. He does all of the things that except play defense. But since
just like LeBron.
Yeah. Well, LeBron played defense in his first years. Not
really.
He did.
absolutely did. Yeah.
Yeah.
He'll do that little chase down, pin your shit up against the backboard thing. But LeBron ain't never sat down in the box in front of nobody and peeled no dribble or no
That's
shit
defense,
like
though.
that.
How do you say a defensive player and then go, he ain't playing defense? That's defense.
Because a block and a steal ain't the same thing, but they both defense.
If you win a game on the block, you win a game on the block.
I said he ain't never sat down in the box and peeled nobody's dribble. That's steals, not blocks.
That's defense, Ron.
That's still part of defense, Ron.
Well, look,
I get that part.
To your point, Ron. Like the defensive scheme is what dictates how a person plays defense in the NBA. So if there's a scheme for you to play one-on-one basketball or one-on-one defense, then that's how the thing is schemed. That's why
LeBron trash playing one-on-one, and we all know that. You get LeBron on that island, and he is gonna switch. LeBron don't play isolation basketball.
It's a team sport, Ronald.
But how many times have LeBron got defensive player of the year? How many times?
When he call you Ronald, he mean that.
I don't think he's ever got defensive player.
Okay.
But he may or may not have played this. Made the defense.
This is what LeBron is great at. Making children.
You telling me a person that's been in the league 21 years and by your own admission has never made defensive player of the year?
Defense. His offense. He take and put them babies inside Savannah, and they quality children.
Come on, man. Don't do that.
LeBron semen is the GOAT semen.
Yo, come on, bro. Nah, man. This is a whole family show. Come on, man. LeBron, he ain't no Will Chamberlain, man.
Think about it. No. He don't rely on numbers. He's got quality over quantity. And you look at it. Michael Jordan kids. But like Michael Jordan is on cocaine, dating Scottie Pippen ex-wife. Let me tell you something. LeBron James kids,
kids is still in middle school and high school. You got one that's supposed to be a college sophomore.
Exactly.
All Jordan kids grown.
First of all, we can all agree that Jordan's semen is worse than LeBron's semen.
I have no experience with neither one of these niggas semen. All right, let me just put that out there right now. All right?
You can see the product.
Yeah, you see the product.
So according to Rodney, Dale Curry has the best semen. The golden semen.
Hey, you know what? Why you tired? You're absolutely right. That Dale Curry, and you said golden, which is interesting because they are light skinned.
And he played for Golden State.
Yo, hold up. So, Rodney, do you want to go down the list and rank NBA players' semen and whether or not it's actually?
Hold on, wait a minute. We gotta find a better goddamn title for this. I'm not gonna be a part of this under the current name. No,
everybody freeze.
Yeah. First of all, I don't know how we got here.
No, you're gonna rebrand this goddamn topic, Rodney. What you're not gonna do is Rodney Eugene Perry Jackson Jr. Let me tell you what you're not gonna do. You're not gonna come in here on day one and sow all these seeds of discord and chaos, my good sir. What you're gonna do, you're gonna rebrand. You're gonna rebrand this segment. You're gonna rebrand.
Stay with me. Stay with me, Ron. Stay with me on this. Because we all were the semen that made it. Each one of us.
First of all, that's a misconception.
That's a fact.
Not a race.
Well, let's call it
that it
instead of semen, let's call it
semen. You fought the other semen, Ron. You were amazing that day. And you came and floating out of
He ain't lying about that. He ain't lying about that.
You were amazing that day. It's crazy. Okay, listen.
Let's call it the golden nut. Let's call it the golden nut.
It's a common misconception that it's the first sperm to the egg. No. A million sperm can get to the egg at the same time. The egg chooses which sperm made it. So it's not that you won the race. It's that you look cutest that day. So be proud of your face.
You won the race, Ronald.
Be proud of your face.
Rodney, let's say Dale Curry had the golden nut instead of Speedman. We call it the golden nut.
Hey, so be it. So be it. Whatever make you feel good.
Yo, first of all, I don't think Ron was the first. I think he tripped all the other seamen. I mean, Ron,
he definitely did.
Hey, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
You ain't trying to
win. But you were chosen.
Ain't no rules and regulations. Ain't no rules and regulations in getting conceived, my boy.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask y'all this.
Yeah, babe.
Look, let me ask y'all this. Since y'all do want to, you know, try to be the first one to shoot your shot, I'm curious about your opinion about this young man that tried to shoot his shot, and it didn't go exactly the way I think he expected it to.
$1 million in 3, 2, 1, go! All right. He said he used to play basketball about 10 years ago. Layup, son. Keep it moving. Keep it moving. We got about 10 seconds left. I need you to make this a fest. We're talking about $1 million. $1 million.
What is Shannon Sharp doing out there?
Yeah. Who is that?
Hey, yo.
Okay, first of all, I ain't see too much of that.
And you played this
like
video. You played this video. Why, Vince?
And then left the room.
Yeah, that was a horrible goddamn segue. Shout out to comedian Hot Topic who at the end of that video. That was a horrible goddamn segue, Vincent.
No, I love it, Vince. I love it. And let me tell you something. As many times as us regular guys have talked, look at NBA players and say they trash, you probably trash.
right.
This nigga lied and told them white people that he used to play basketball.
He probably did. He probably couldn't shoot then.
No, just because your daddy bought you a goal and you had it in the driveway, don't mean you used to play basketball.
Yes, it does. Technically, it does, though. I mean, I don't see why that discounts you.
Who taught this dude? Stephen A. Smith?
Yo, I'm just saying, like, the fact that he went up there and had $1 million but couldn't make the layup. Like, did y'all see that part? Like, that's the part I'm trying to get Bo on here.
Well, he made the layup on the second try. The layup is the hardest shot to make.
What I'm not going to do is talk about that man because I would have missed them mugs too.
The easiest shot to make and the easiest shot to miss is a layup.
I'm making one.
A layup will make or break you.
I'm making one. I don't care what nobody.
No, you're not Solo. When the last time you made a jump shot?
Hey, did anybody notice?
Solo liable to make a jump shot before he can make a layup. Layups are easy and hard at the same time. Have y'all ever seen Andrew Reese? Have y'all ever seen that video they got of all the layups Andrew Reese be missing?
All the way up.
Oh, no. Don't get me started on WNBA. That's why I don't watch it because they miss too many shots.
Wow.
Oh, no. WNBA, man, they don't miss that many shots.
They be making their jumpers. They be missing them layups.
Did anybody notice he didn't know what hand to shoot with? He switched hands. He shot the layup with his left hand. Then he went to the free throw line and shot the free throw with his right hand. So he never played no basketball, man.
He switched feet too, Bo. Bo, look when he catch the ball. He had to get his feet together.
Yeah.
Yo, to this man's defense, Vince, he may have played basketball back in the day. But one thing I do know is when you lift weights and you get big, it is much harder. It is much harder to shoot basketball when you are big. When you are, this dude looks like he should be playing football, not basketball. And this look, when you got muscles, I've done it, and you've done it. When you go to work out and then you go in the gym to shoot a basketball, you might shoot that thing over the hoop. You might shoot it. You got to readjust your strength.
Ty, hold your arm up again. Hold your arm up again, Ty. You ain't lifting no weight. You got that baggy on. You got that baggy arm, man. You got the baggy arm, man.
Hey, look.
Hey, Bo, you beat me to it, man. Because I'm finna say now he act like he coming from an expert opinion and shit. Like he had the body of an Adonis.
No.
Back when I used to work out,
No. I actually played basketball. See, I actually played basketball, so I ain't really.
But you actually didn't lift weight though, nigga. What are you talking about? When you get big, it makes it real hard to.
Nah, because I'm talking about the dudes that was in my locker room and shit, like doing all of that shit. I never had to lift weights. I'm naturally a strong dude. But what I'm saying is, I am.
Ty ain't ready. Tell Ty.
I'm a natural strong dude. But
older is different, Ty. Older is different than weight.
I ain't got to lift no weights. I'm naturally strong.
I'm naturally strong. Always been that way. But what I'm saying is, this dude in particular.
Imagine telling that to your coach. How much do you bench, son? I don't know, coach. I'm naturally strong. Your natural ass. Your natural ass not this shit.
Hey.
God gave me this.
Come on. Hey. Look. When you good and when your production speaks for itself, then you ain't got to be doing all of that.
What level you play, Ty? What level did you play up to the highest level?
All Madden.
No. I didn't go to college. I didn't go to college, but I played high school basketball.
He played JV. He was a junior on the JV team.
I played varsity.
He told me I played high school ball.
Hey, I played varsity.
Let's talk about what that young man was really going through. Can I tell you what he was really going through?
What he was going through?
And not disputing what Ty was saying, but he looked like he having a gout attack. Like his right foot. His right foot. He got a severe gout. Look at that. He can't jump off that foot. Yeah. He got a little gout in that right foot.
His sleeve too tight. His sleeve too tight. That's what the problem was, cutting off circulation.
So the fact of the matter is, he did that in front of some old lady that he cared about.
Yeah.
It was a woman with him at that game. Y'all see his little outfit. He was like, "Baby, I'm finna go out here and shoot these buckets." I told y'all.
Nobody get this paper, baby.
I ain't never heard of that.
He left alone.
Boy, she walked out. She walked out as soon as he missed that third 8-foot jumper. She was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead on."
Hey, look. She left when the girl who was doing the announcing was like, "It's $1 million. It's $1 million." And then she stopped on the last 4 seconds.
It's $1 million, nigga.
Hey. I would have missed that shot too. I'd have missed that free throw shot. I'd have missed that myself.
He talking about you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. He missed 90% of the shots he did take. Goddamn me. Sometimes it pay not to take the shot. Shit, save yourself a world of hurt. Don't take the shot.
Yeah. and keep some shit to yourself. If you
should have shot that mug underhand. He should have shot it underhand.
If you're gonna go out there and do something like that, don't tell nobody before you went out there that I used to play basketball. Just shut up. Just go out there.
No, that ain't what that nigga said. That ain't what that nigga said. When they was like section 206, seat 17, he was like, "Oh shit, that's me." When I win, they was like, "No, you got to come out here and shoot baskets to win." He was like, "Man, I ain't shot a basketball in over 10 years." They was like, "Oh, so you shot one before? Okay, good." Says he was a basketball player 10 years ago.
Yo, all right. I wanna segue, but there's no real segue. We just talk about basketball, and I can say, speaking about basketball, I think this was either or this was a Black Ron. But are y'all familiar with this whole Carmelo thing that happened?
Oh man,
the statutory rape thing.
Yeah. Okay. We don't want to go. Okay. Never mind. All right.
Yeah, let's keep it light.
Let's keep it light. Let's keep it light.
It's literally a 20-year-old story.
Yeah, the story older than the chicks he like.
Yeah. The girl they talking about is my age.
Shit, she's 72.
From the city deal, that swung on and dribbled deep down the left field.
Okay, that's bad. Okay, well, listen, we were talking before.
He tried to hit on Kobe's wife too.
Yeah.
And they say that boy Paul Malone was a big old bodybuilding philanderer. This nigga was 6'10" and lifted weights. Unlike Ty, he was in physical fucking specimen. He drove monster trucks And he like his women white a little bit.
White a little bit. Yo, all right.
Yeah,
Well, this is a story that happened with. This is what happened with Karl Malone. We ain't gonna get into all that, but there was something that Bo P said earlier that I thought was real interesting. Now, y'all know I love baseball, so I love to talk about baseball. So let's get into our baseball segment real quick, if that's cool. So according to Bo P, actually, this most recent week, if I'm not mistaken, I think this last week, right, Bo P? I think you said it was this last week. Oh, yeah. Okay. He mid blunt, man. I hit him up mid pull, bro. Hey, inhale. Don't let it go. All right, now you feel better. Travis Hunter actually showed up to not a Braves game, but who was it? Game that he showed up to, Bo P?
The Savannah Bananas.
The Savannah Bananas, bro. And like the Savannah Bananas are a minor league team. They're not even like a real. We're talking about a minor league Harlem Globetrotter-esque team that has now garnered, it feels like, more attention than the actual Atlanta team, which has an actual ballpark. And it just feels like the momentum ain't going down, bro. Is baseball losing? Now, Rodney, I know you ain't a baseball guy, but we want to clue you in on how baseball has been moving as of late. You know,
I live right around the corner from the stadium here in Atlanta. So, yeah.
Truest. Okay, so we got to go to a game. I took Solo to a game, bro. He was bored. He said he was bored. I was like,
for the record, I love baseball. I love baseball. I just don't like watching baseball, but I love baseball. I played it for many years.
Okay, so how do you love it if you don't like watch? See, Rodney.
No, I get it. No, Ron, I get it though. No, hold on. No, Ron, I get that. I actually get it. And let me tell you what Rodney's frustration is. Baseball is the only sport. It's literally the only sport that operates without a clock. So
but they have sped the game up over the last.
Have you ever watched golf?
Well, all right, I don't. For the record, all right.
It also operates without a clock.
Team sport. Okay, team sport. Especially one that's typically televised. We got 162 games of baseball per team, 30 teams in the league. So now, when baseball was hot at its hottest, that was when people would go to the stadiums, right? That was when you would go see, I don't know, Jackie Robinson, Ozzie Smith, Frank Thomas, whoever it was. You wanted to get a ticket to go see them person because you want to be able to catch a foul ball or say you saw this, that, the third. The televisation of baseball started to murder baseball because it doesn't translate on screen. You go to a game, you have an opportunity to be a part of it. The other day, somebody took the ball out of Mike Trout's hands. When he tried to catch, you know what I'm saying? So what's happened is it doesn't translate well on screen, so people can't sit down and watch a 4-hour game in which there's 4 or 5 innings where there's zeros on the board, right? So people want to see that exciting shit. Enter the Savannah Bananas. The Savannah Bananas are a whole different kind of vibe. They doing shit that should not be happening. They're being about 60 minutes. 60 minutes. But it's not the Braves that are being interviewed. It's the Savannah Bananas. Why? Because they're doing all kind of crazy shit on the field. They're throwing the ball behind their back. Look at they got these folks that are participating in this minor league game. They can just come out there and be really goofy. They are doing backflips, choreographed dances on the mound, and this is causing them to what, Ty? Have sold out games for damn near every single game, and they're not even in Atlanta. They're in Savannah. You understand what I'm saying? So if this is working, Rodney Perry, then is baseball, Major League Baseball, that is, behind the 8 ball with regard to maybe allowing more excitement? Because one thing that I have a beef with when it comes to baseball is how much of a stick they got in their ass about when people celebrate their home runs, about how when people want to be excited about when they have a good play, they hit you with the pitch if you do too much of that. I think that they can learn from this. What say you, Ron?
I'm gonna go next.
Me and Ron. Yeah.
I mean Rodney, my bad. Y'all niggas.
Okay. No. I mean, baseball is not going to tolerate this, and this is just another opportunity for the white man to steal what we saw with the Bingo Long traveling All Stars and Motorcade. I mean, we take this back to the turn of the century. So what they're doing is called barnstorming, and they would put up in the city and they would do their thug thizzle. This is not gonna supplant baseball. Baseball got rules, and baseball. I'm appalled looking at these fat boys.
Hold on, Rodney Eugene Perry Jackson Jr. Did you say supplant?
Yeah.
He said, I'm appalled.
I'm appalled at these fat boys out there playing any game. I don't want to see them play pickleball or nothing else.
Well, all right, Rodney.
And get what? And Rodney, they got 9 games. They got 9 games gonna be on ESPN this year.
I will watch them play softball, but not no real baseball.
Yeah, hold on. First of all, Rodney,
those were fans. Those were fans.
Yeah, Rodney. Let me make sure I get this. I clear the record. Those people that you saw are not actually baseball players.
Oh, really? Okay.
Those were fans that were dressed up.
Ron, Vince. Show them the one. Show them the one with the baseball team. You got it.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. The actual players be out there twerking and gallivanting and carrying on too.
Travis Hunter,
yeah, the two-way player, antics over athletics is what it is.
That's not.
I said I was going to go last
about that.
Y'all keep going.
It looks like to me that all is good for professional baseball. If you got anybody that's playing the sport, it's a good thing.
Well, Travis Hunter notoriously, at least as I know him, tried to come out and say that he was better than Shohei Ohtani, which is complete bullshit. We can have our debate over whether or not baseball and football are harder. I still think it's harder to hit.
He may be a better athlete.
I mean, yeah, he's an athlete. You know, he's a two-way guy. And the only thing that made me back down was when they told me that he's actually played a game from start to finish before, not coming off for offense or defense. If that happened, then I definitely give him more props. But if he's just available for both offense and defense, then I still think it's harder for somebody to pitch a ball past the dude with a little bitty box and expect that he not hit it.
So you telling me some shit we told you a month ago? You still ain't went to go verify for yourself, and you gonna argue with us like we fucking lying to you?
Look, I was just saying, Rodney wasn't in on the combo. I thought he deserved to.
No, nigga, no, fuck that. You talking about they said he don't never come out during the game. You could have went to verify that shit for your fucking self by now, Vince. That conversation is a month old. You talking about some goddamn they said like we made that shit up. No, Ty, you hear how he did? Ty, did you hear how he posited that fucking sentence? 100%. They said, I still think it's harder to hit a little bitty ball than it is to play football. Nigga, it's real hard to do your job when it's a nigga that's 6'6" that runs at 100 feet per second that's trying to tear your fucking head off that want to keep you from doing your job. But that's neither here nor there. Then you talking about they said he don't never come out the games. And so if that's true, then I got to give him his props. So if that's true,
I still
nigga, who the fuck made it up?
All right, I'm going to Google this shit right now. Hey, Siri.
Oh, my God.
You could have watched a Colorado game by now.
No, I can't. It's off season.
Well, I can tell you this much. I saw him throw out the first pitch. He ain't got the arm of O'Shani. He don't have the arm. I can tell you that. He may hit the ball, but he can't throw like it.
Project chick named Shani.
Yeah.
Yo, I'm just saying, like, all right. So I'm gonna Google. Hey Siri,
control, man.
Hey Siri, did Travis Hunter play a game, offense and defense, from start to finish ever in his life?
Hey, how long is this show? I'm gonna get into my nap time.
All right. So maybe. All right.
We're gonna be here a while. Go get you some applesauce.
I don't see where you played the whole game, but anyway, the point is,
make me some oatmeal.
Baseball, just like Rodney came in with the same energy most people have about baseball right now, which is that it's a second tier sport. ESPN has written it off because MLB has been underbidding by giving their content to the streaming services now, so that they can expand and not just be on.
You got
ESPN.
A kid that's an athlete, I would put him in baseball because there's more money in baseball, and you have a long career.
I wouldn't do it.
What? You would put your kid in football?
Because for a black kid to be picked for baseball in America, if you're gonna put your son in baseball, it's great to learn how to play it. But
if he's good, I'm saying if he's good.
Well, half of us don't have LeBron James sperm. So look at it. That's why 6% African Americans, Black Americans that are in baseball. So I wouldn't do it.
What do LeBron James' sperm have to do with baseball?
Right.
I just thought I'd throw him in there.
Right.
You know.
But Rodney,
I ain't say nothing earlier about the sperm. I think I'd throw it in there.
Rodney, a lot of black kids don't play baseball because of the money and the time to put into it. And you don't have enough baseball fields in the black community anymore.
I got one behind me.
That are up to the same standards. That are up to the same standards as the municipal fields in white neighborhoods.
And let's take a step. Let's take it a step further because basketball and football also cost. So let's not. It does.
They don't cost nearly as much as baseball.
Wait.
Time out. Because we're not gonna get wrapped up in semantics. To go buy a basketball, to go buy a football, and the necessary equipment to play that shit is minuscule compared to the money it takes just to get the equipment to play baseball.
Let me finish my statement. What I was going to say,
$500 basketballs, my nigga.
What I was going to say was, it does. If they all cost. If you're trying to play at a high level, if you're just going to play basketball as a parent taking your kid to play basketball, then I agree with you, Ron. But if you have your kid in AAU travel basketball,
that costs.
You gonna pay them same travel fees in baseball. Let's put the travel fees aside. I'm talking about just the equipment. If you want your child to play baseball, nigga, the bat start at $300, $400, $500. There's no such thing as no $300, $400 bat.
$35.
They do
not. No, you can't buy no $35 bat and your child play youth baseball with it, my nigga.
He's right. He's right about that. The average bat, a USAA bat, is
and the average youth in America, black youth,
my kid ain't
go outside.
My kid getting a stick.
Man, my nephew was in middle school. My nephew was in middle school playing travel baseball. He had a fundraiser. This is in 2013. He had a fundraiser because he needed new cleats and a new bat, and that shit was gonna run him $1,300.
That's AAU. That's a great player already. And that's not no regular guy.
I'm speaking to. That's what
I'm talking about. But put the hotel fees to the side, the travel fees to the side. This is just for his bats and cleats. $1,300, bro.
Well, Rodney, black kids can go to the park and get a pickup game of basketball in any neighborhood. They can go to get a pickup game of football in any neighborhood. Baseball, there's not baseball stadiums in the black neighborhood anymore.
Let me throw this in there real quick. Ron is part right. Then I'm gonna let you. Then you take it over, Ty. Ron is right about the equipment costing more. That is a fact. Like I play. I'm gonna get roasted for this shit. I play softball. All right, and just to get a bat is like $200. Yeah,
slow pitch, a fast pitch.
All right.
Was it a pole there that you had to hit the ball on top?
Was it a T-ball? Yeah, T-ball, softball.
Did the winner get an extra week off work? Was it a company softball game?
Let it out. Go
ahead. Church league.
Go ahead.
I love softball, man. I mean, if you're a grown man, that's what you play.
Did all y'all?
Witherspoon was a good ass shortstop. Church league softball.
I played kickball too.
Did you injure yourself on an unassisted play?
Well, y'all sleeping though, but see, tell them, Vince, it was overhand softball. They wasn't pitching underhand, they were pitching overhand.
Was the ball this big?
they were throwing them meatballs at a nigga at 80 miles an hour overhand.
We actually use basketballs as baseball.
Well, somebody's cooking barbecue on the side.
Actual footage of me hitting a home run. Fuck y'all. It wasn't actual. I mean, yeah, it's softball. It's
he got jeans on. Yeah, that's church league.
I ain't got no jeans on. Whatever, man. Ain't nobody listening.
Hey,
to y'all, man.
He been waiting to show that clip. He been waiting to show that clip. He been waiting to show that clip. That clip been waiting. He been waiting to push that button for that clip for years.
Yeah, that clip loaded up.
Hold up. Show the full clip.
And guess
what? Show the full clip. Show the full clip. He blew out his hammy running around the base. This nigga blew out.
I didn't blow it out. All right. So,
no. Run the full clip, nigga. Run the full clip. Your tire went flat. Running the bases. Run the full clip, nigga. I need that. Thank you, Ty.
And that ball did not go out. That ball did not go out. That was not a home run. You can see that ball going down into the outfield.
That was 200 feet at best.
See that? That ball was dying.
Hey, look at this. Look at this. Ow.
Right there. On the third base.
All the way home. Motherfucker. Say something.
And then you ran straight to the car and got in the truck and drove all the way home. Got out the car, baby, something loose. I heard something.
Hey, yo, but this was the point I was trying to make. This was the point I was trying to make about baseball. The problem is not that it costs, because there are parents like myself that in any sport that my child wants to get into, I'm going to make sure I facilitate that. And as Black fathers, we all here, you probably have kids. If not, you know what it is. But we all want to make sure our kids have the opportunities that maybe we didn't have as children. So that part is never going to be the problem. The problem is we don't have more Black fathers that are interested enough in baseball to facilitate that for our,
I don't know, man. Fuck that. It ain't enough money to go around. People live in pillar to post. Nigga ain't got $800 for bat money, and we ain't got light bill money.
Man, look, when you listen, you say that, hold up, you say that, but I know many people that take their money and spend their money on material shit like Jordans that cost $200 a pop, and they could be putting that towards their kids' future. That is all about choices. What I'm saying is, if there were more Black families and more Black fathers that were interested in baseball like that, they would facilitate their kids being in baseball regardless of the cost. Because we do it for basketball, we do it for football, we travel, we spend time off of work to do that shit to make sure our kids have that opportunity. So
rock with me on this, because I don't necessarily disagree with you. I feel that when Black people took over basketball, a white invented game, and they took over Pop Warner football, a white invented franchise and game. I think white people looked at what was once regarded as the national pastime and was like, hey, whoa, we need to move this shit. And that's why when you look in the inner cities, ain't no baseball programs, ain't no baseball fields. The ones that are there are in large disrepair or disarray. And they priced the fucking game and located it outside of the Black realm. You go look at any suburb, they got $1 million baseball facilities and shit. They build complexes with soccer fields, baseball fields, and a basketball court in that motherfucker. And they all in the fucking suburbs and shit. And then the prices to get the fucking equipment, to get the uniforms, to put a team together, to get all your fucking physicals and everything that you need, and then pay to travel and play all those games. Bruh, they didn't price the fucking game out of the Black community.
And then you gotta have insurance. You gotta have insurance too.
You gotta have insurance on top of it. That's what I was trying to say when I said the physicals, because I know it costs damn near $1,000 just to be medically cleared to play the fucking game.
Well, to that point,
to play any sport.
Let Rodney get in there. Go ahead, Rodney.
No, you got to be medically cleared to play any sport. Yes. Brian makes an interesting point, and you got to realize what baseball is about. Baseball is in a hot dog business. They've been selling hot dogs for many years.
Oh, come on, man.
And so, no. And everybody knows hot dogs is a malt liquor meat. And so baseball is designed to sell hot dogs. And we see it at all the parks. They got the hot dogs.
The best hot dog you'll ever eat will be at a baseball game. I'm trying to tell you.
Nigga, they got a brand of hot dogs called Ballpark.
I don't eat no Blizzard.
Ballpark.
No
Best hot dog I ever had was at a baseball game. Best hot dog.
Hey, Solo, how you eat your hot dog, bro?
With his
from the bike.
Oh.
I eat it.
That's how I eat it. Call. Words of camera.
He like to suck on it first.
With his $40,000 teeth.
He licked all the toppings off one by one. First he go mustard, then he go relish, then he hit the ketchup up the middle.
And he yell out mustard real loud before he eat it. He go, mustard!
He slided out the bun slow and kissed the bun. You next.
Y'all niggas know a lot about eating hot dogs.
Yo, you want to talk about, the ballpark got the best
hot dog. Yeah, he told the best hot dog I ever had. He left out the part that's one of the only Saturdays he had with his daddy. That's why the hot dog tastes so good. It was full of nostalgia.
Was it circumcised is the question.
Right.
Hey, before it became a problem to eat a hot dog, I was eating a hot dog. That's all.
Hey, he eat his without the bun. He eat his without the bun. He just like the dog. Yeah.
I eat it both.
You some nasty ass niggas.
They eat hot dogs like Bugs Bunny.
Hey, we having a great look. We having a great conversation about this baseball shit, and I just want to put this out there, right? One of the things that I'll say about our people, we are the best innovators when it comes to shit that we want to get done. And when I was a kid, we didn't have baseball bats. We had sticks. We played a game called stick ball, where you throw a ball and I hit that motherfucker with a broomstick, and you know what I'm saying, and we run around bases that we make of our own. Same thing with basketball. If we didn't have a basketball goal, we went outside, we went and made a crate and made a hoop. The idea that the financial aspect is what's keeping us out of baseball is a psychological thing, and that's what's keeping us out.
That's not psychological, nigga. That's real.
You can't play baseball with
your goddamn broomstick and see if they put your baby on the fucking team. The fuck is you talking about, Ty?
We wasn't all raised in the 30s.
The fuck is you talking about, Ty? I want you to take your broomstick and your hopes and dreams to a real fucking baseball game. Talk about I knocked them hoes out the park though.
No. Let me finish what I'm saying. And again, I say it's because we're not that impressed with baseball to push that effort. Because in the Black community, when you have a child that is phenomenal at a sport, and more people are aware that child is phenomenal at a sport, you have churches, you have all of these different outlets that will facilitate helping that child to become something great. And that's what I'm saying, is this is not within our cultural aspect. It is not within us to be driven by the baseball aspect, because I see young Black kids that are not in a financial place to play football and basketball, and churches and all of these outlets will pay money to make sure that this young little boy has his football gear, has his basketball shit, has money for him to travel, help his parents, all of that. So I will not accept that the idea of the reason we are not in baseball is because we cannot financially find a way to be in it. That is a cop-out. That is the reason why Black people are not in baseball right now. And as long as we continue to have that idealistic behavior, then that is going to continue to be the fact that we're not going to be in that space. So it is not that. It is the fact that we don't have enough Black fathers that are like, look, I want my son in baseball. And when we do get that, which I have, I see, you know this, Black Ron, because you be in the chat. I sent a Black male who literally goes out there every motherfucking day with his son to an abandoned park and with nobody else, and just sits there and trains his fucking son. And when they didn't have a baseball field, you know what he did? He went out, he got a motherfucking grant, and he started up teaching other Black kids how to play baseball. So if we had more individuals like that, then you'll see more Black people in baseball, period.
Shouts out to Ty Luther King.
Yes, Lord.
Yeah.
Because Ty talking a bunch of altruistic bullshit. We just sat there and broke down the fact that it costs 4 to 5 times the amount per child just to equip them to play the game. And then there's also 9 children There's 9 children on a baseball diamond. No, we're not talking about all sports being expensive. We're talking about the cost per each thing. The travel for all sports is the same. The feeding a child for all sports is the same. The cost of the equipment is not the same.
I'm a father of
The cost of the equipment is not the same. I don't give a fuck what y'all talking about.
I played it all.
The cost of the equipment is not the same. It don't cost the same, my nigga. It don't cost the same.
You know what's more expensive than all that shit?
Golf club and baseball bats.
You know what's more expensive than all the sports you name? Dance. That motherfucker dance. They get a new costume every 3 weeks. Dance is super expensive. And so your point is not untrue, but it's not exclusive either. Like all sports are high. If you're a parent and you got multiple kids and you doing 1 or 2 different things, you all that shit drive you crazy.
But baseball requires 9 players. So we got a team out the community.
11. Nigga, you know what you got to buy on the football field? You got to buy them pads now. You got to buy all them pads, all that shit. You got to buy that shit. That shit is expensive.
Now somebody pull out their goddamn phone. Since y'all want to have a brass tacks conversation.
Let's have it.
Pull out your goddamn phone. I want you to go look up what it costs to equip and dress every sport.
Well, hold on.
Ain't nobody gonna look that shit up, Ron, because don't nobody care. If you're the parent, nobody care. You just take care of stuff for your kids. That's what you do.
Exactly. Exactly what I'm saying, Rodney. That's exactly
what you're talking about. You're talking about that from the position of somebody that lives above the poverty line.
No.
We're talking about black folks in the inner city. We talking about black folks with all these black kids in the hood.
No, here's the fact: we don't like baseball.
Thank you. That is
period.
True.
It's not true. We not playing baseball because of cost. We not playing baseball because we fell out of love with baseball.
We not playing baseball because baseball players don't get no hoes. There ain't never been no hoes at the baseball game.
When I grew up,
$100 million. But when you playing baseball all through middle school, high school, college, ain't no hoes at the baseball games.
Complete bullshit. Go ahead, Bo.
It's always one hoe. It's always one.
When I grew up, my father
can't go across 30 niggas on the team, Rodney.
Is 18 tops.
And more importantly, according to you, Black Ron, it's only one nigga on the team anyway, because he the only one that could afford the shit. So it ain't like
hoes don't just like black niggas. Hoes don't just like black niggas. Travis Kelce had one of the baddest hoes in the game until he got with Taylor Swift.
Anyway. They're not together no more? They're not together?
Hell no.
For real? He's not with the black girl no more.
I care. I don't.
Hey, when I grew up, my father, he taught us baseball. He went and picked up the kids and brought us to the baseball field. I'm talking about from T-ball all the way up to semi-pro. My father made sure that baseball was part of our community. That's what Ty is saying. We don't have enough fathers who are dedicated to the game like when we grew up. When I grew up, my father made sure we all played baseball.
1970s, Bo.
Oh, you giving them the 70s?
Okay, that was the 70s. That was the 70s.
70s. And I understand. Let me say something on this tip. I'm gonna say something I don't normally say.
Get to him, Solo.
I agree with Black Ron. Let's just go keep 100. I agree with Black Ron, and I
agree with Rodney. We just don't care about baseball. I agree with Rodney.
Rodney said black people don't really like baseball because they don't. There's only one black person really like baseball, and that's Vince Taylor.
And
no,
Vince
I like
ain't
baseball.
all the way black. And on top of that, y'all got to remember the reason why I mentioned the 70s. The reason why I mentioned the 70s is because in the 80s and the 90s, we witnessed an upheaval in the sports that have become black dominated. In the 80s, all the black football players, basketball players became household names. In the 90s, they became millionaires and billionaires. They the reason why motherfuckers are making $100 million contracts now. Nobody ever said, I want to be like Tom. It's I want to be like Mike. Mike Jordan, goddamn me, Gatorade and shit became billion-dollar company. Nike became billion-dollar company on the backs of making black men household names. And at the same time, there weren't but a couple of niggas playing baseball.
Preach on it.
The black community fell victim to the marketing campaign. The same marketing campaign that made us fans of Hulk Hogan. The same marketing campaign. The same marketing campaign that got niggas drinking Kool-Aid and smoking Newport cigarettes. The same shit they used to put on the back of Ebony and Jet magazine. They never featured baseball players like that. The last time they talked about a baseball player for real is when Halle Berry was fucking David Justice. Baseball players fell out of relevance in the black pop culture community.
Can I say something? What happened? Out of all them black, let me say this. Out of all them players my father had, a lot of them guys were good enough to play pro ball and college and high school. But guess what? It was a good old white boy sport. And those coaches would not let the black players on the field. That's another reason we fell out of it, because I played it. And them coaches would not let us on the field because they had them white boys. And the white boys' dad was sponsors and owned businesses, and they wanted them white boys to play. And they didn't let a lot of the black boys play. That's why we fell out of love with baseball, because they wouldn't let us on the field.
But Bo, you from Mississippi. They got that same problem.
Like the bad news birds.
Go ahead, Ty. And then, let's get Ty's comment and get Rodney. Go ahead, Ty.
Well, I was just going to say, what Black Ron is saying is not completely valid. Because in the 80s and the 90s, that's when I think baseball was at its peak. You had players like King Griffey Jr., Frank Thomas, Barry Bonds. The list goes on of black players that were not just names but were household names. So the idea that I do.
So how many niggas showed up to school with the Frank Thomas on?
I do agree with you that Michael Jordan coming into the league in the late 80s did boost basketball back up, because they were on a downside because of the premier players in the league were getting older. But what I'm saying is baseball definitely lost a lot of that exposure when those players, like the names that I listed, were no longer in the league. But again, this goes back to the initial statement that I made. When it comes down to it, if we had more people within our culture, within our community, that looked at baseball and the way that they looked at basketball and football, there are and it's not just that when I speak of this, I'm not just speaking to the inner city. It'd be great if the inner city was like that as well, but I'm just talking about black people as a whole. So when I'm talking about this, I'm talking about it from a personal experience. My son, I give him the opportunity to play whatever he wants to play. If he comes to me and he tells me he wants to play soccer, I'm gonna do whatever it is that I got to do to make sure he plays soccer. If he says he wants to play basketball, baseball, football, if he wants to dance, if he wants to do boxing, whatever it is, me and his mom are gonna make sure. Look, whatever he wants to do, I'm gonna give him an opportunity to try it out, because you never know what a person can thrive at.
No, y'all not gonna dance at the house. You're not gonna find an abandoned warehouse and dance in and build up his dance skills.
I'm not saying that.
Ty, let me ask you this. Ty, let me ask you this. How many times you went to the park with your son and played baseball? Threw the ball back and forth.
How many times you took him to the club and danced?
I don't necessarily have to take him to the park to play baseball. We can go out in the front yard. We can go out in the front yard. And
y'all can't go in the front yard and play baseball. Your yard ain't 90 feet. He can't work on his first base time in the front yard.
Hold on, man. Hold on, man. Hold on. Let's, because y'all keep jumping in and won't let me finish any of my statements. What I'm saying is that when it comes down to it, if I want my son to thrive at anything, I need to be out there facilitating it. So whether I go to a baseball field because he decides he wants to play baseball, whether I go in my backyard and get him acclimated to the idea of baseball because he has to learn how to catch the ball, he has to learn how to throw the ball. When it comes to the hitting aspect, they don't always have to have big bats to start with. They start with plastic bats and wiffle balls and all of those things to at least learn how to swing a bat, because there are basics, there are foundational aspects of every sport that you have to learn in order to be good at that sport. So the same thing goes for basketball, same thing goes for football. My whole point that I'm making to you guys is that whatever it is, as a father or a mother, whether you are in the inner city like a LeBron James who had a single mother who found a way to facilitate her son being the greatest basketball player that we've seen in a long time, this all goes back to you as the parent making that decision. So if we as Black parents don't think baseball is the route for that we want our child to go, we're not going to facilitate it. That is a mindset. And as soon as we change the mindset, then you'll see more Black people within the game of baseball. That is the end of my argument. That's it.
I got you. I understand. How many times have you taken your son to a baseball game?
My son hasn't asked to play baseball.
But I'm saying, when we talk about, you said it yourself, we got to acclimate him into it. I asked you how many times you went in the yard and pitched baseball back and forth, or took him to a baseball park so he get interested in baseball. And then I asked you how many times you take him to a baseball game. You can't answer that because you're not pushing him. You're not pushing baseball on him. You said you let him decide what he want to do. But how many times have you actually took him out there, threw that baseball back and forth, let him learn how to get hit with the baseball, how it feels, take him to a baseball park, let him swing the bat, and see how beautiful the baseball park is? That is what we're not doing.
Hold on, wait.
You just made my point. You just made the point
that hitting you with the balls, Bo P?
Yeah, you gotta get hit. You gotta get hit. You gotta get hit to not be scared of it. To not be scared of it.
And that's one of the most important ones. You have
that's one of the most important lessons. Yeah,
no, but
the first
when
thing
I
went to play
when that ground ball coming at you, that ground ball coming at you, that ground ball coming at you. Yeah, beat him up, ball. There you go, right there. What they say, beat him up, ball.
Yo, Bo P, how does your dad teach you how to get hit by baseball?
He hit that ground ball to you hard enough, and you better stay in front of the ball. Beat him up, ball.
Oh, okay. All right.
You like baseball. I don't know why you didn't know that.
And Vince, you should have knew that. You should have knew that.
He ain't all the way Black. I keep telling y'all.
Well, look, I'm not Black with a Q, you know what I'm saying? But I am Black, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I didn't learn how to get hit. I got hit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't remember it being a lesson like, all right, now I'm gonna hit the ball and it's gonna hit you. It's just fascinating how Bo P put it. So I just didn't know if it was like a firing squad that he was.
You had a good daddy. He hit you with the ball to teach you how to recover, because you don't want the first time you being hit to be in the game, and now you don't know what to do. You stand there and cry.
If he hit you a ground ball, you try to catch it from the side. That ain't it. He tell you put your body in front of that ball, son.
Yeah.
And you get hit enough time, you start catching the damn ball. You get hit enough time, you'll catch the damn ball.
Yeah, don't close your eyes.
I know Ty.
You know what?
I just want to stick up Ty did introduce his son to baseball, and they're getting acclimated. He's got a real young son, so he's still got a lot of time.
To Ty's point, he's absolutely right. We are not teaching our kids baseball. I don't think it's connected to the cost of it all. I think that as Americans, we don't care about baseball no more. Like, my mother was a baseball fan. She watched the Chicago Cubs every day, and because of that, I played baseball. I remember it was $90 to join the team, and it was fairly inexpensive. There was a baseball park in our community, but this was 30 years ago. So I think professional baseball has yielded to other sports, whether it's NBA, whether it's NFL. They just got better marketing. They got better at serenading the future. And I think we will see what we're seeing in American baseball and basketball as we get more Europeans in the NBA game. Like, because the NBA going to went out their way to find light-skinned faces for the NBA, right? Same way baseball did, right? And so you kind of legislate the black side of the game, and you'll see the same thing is happening to the NBA as well. Go ahead,
well, look at Solo. Vince, you said you took Solo to a game and he didn't like it. He was bored. He
said it was
but naturally he's not going to take his son.
Fan of a child.
Hold on. Naturally, he's not going to take his son then, right? Naturally, he's not going to take his son because he was bored.
I'm gonna take his son. I'm gonna take it. That's my little homie.
Ain't nothing like going to the baseball field. Ain't nothing like it.
Listen,
it's beautiful.
Both of them. Next time I come to the A, I don't care whether it's probably Atlanta Comedy Theater, whichever one it is. I'm doing baseball every time.
How much is a day at the baseball park, bro? How much is it? How much do it cost?
It depends on what you're trying to spend. I mean, you can
about $150.
You gotta spend.
I was saying don't start at $100.
Because I remember baseball games was like $18.
No. Yeah.
That was 40 years ago, Rodney. It costs $100 to go enjoy yourself at a baseball game now.
No,
Everybody, my nigga, it is not that much to go to a baseball game. You could literally go for $20, $14, literally $10. You could go on to StubHub right now. Now, you ain't going to sit down there by the field. You're going to sit up top. But you can go for $20. I don't care how popular your team is. The Dodgers have tickets for $20. You just got to sit way the fuck up top. All right? The game we went to, I spent a few hundred on them tickets because I like to sit close by the field. And Solo sat there with his arms folded, all ready to go because he wasn't as high as he wanted to be. Even though we spoke all the way there and all the way back and all that. I'm sorry, I just incriminated you. I'll clip this out. But yeah, other than that, man, it's not that expensive. So the fact of the matter is, Ron's right, Rodney's right, Ty's right. There isn't enough interest. It is more expensive, and we're not teaching our kids. But they're all because I believe we started to dominate so much in the other sports. It's like we have planted our flag in basketball. That's the way I see it. We planted our flag in football. We dominate in them sports. Even the quarterbacks now. There was a time when, before Doug Williams, when we wasn't smart enough to be the quarterback. Next thing you know, you got your coaches as well. Your Lovie Smiths, your Tony Dungy's. They come around, we're dominating. We even had one and a half black quarterbacks in this most recent Super Bowl. So yes, we're dominating. We feel comfortable in football because we can be ourselves. In baseball, they don't let you celebrate. Jazz Chisholm has gone on record and said, look, bro, some of the kids like to emulate their heroes. And when they do, the older people come up and they're like, bro, you can't go out there doing all that. You ain't nobody yet. He's like, it's about fun. It's about fun. And when you got folks like Jazz Chisholm who are spokesmen because they're in their low 20s and they're anime heads and they're out there putting One Piece on their cleats and they're relating to kids because the announcers are like, I don't know what the fuck that shit is. Well, you know who knows that shit, Ty's son? Little kids know what the fuck that shit is, and he's trying to have an olive branch for little black kids. But what Ty is saying, what Rodney's saying, what Black Ron, all are saying in the same is that either we're not pushing that baseball on them because we're focused on other things, or the resources we might think, look, I don't want to go buy a glove and cleats and all that. I could get you a basketball. That's $20. I could order that on Amazon right now. Or we're just not interested. Because the game's so long, so what the fuck ever. Either way, it's a thing. And my thing is trying to stop that. So I hope that I can help bring some more interest to the game of baseball. Because I think that we're given. All right, this is the secret. Come on in. Bring it in, guys. Here's the thing. The most recent baseball celebrity made $765 million for the next 15 years. All right. We should be getting that money. All right. Vladdy Guerrero just signed for $500 million.
$500 million.
Why are we not? Why? And they don't play 162 games. You understand? They have a shelf life of 15 to 20 years versus football, which is like 10 years. All right. Why are we forfeiting the game of baseball just because we're not interested? Because we don't want to watch it on
the
TV?
Great athletes don't play baseball. The great athlete, if you're a great athlete, you're not playing baseball.
Really?
Because baseball is played in the spring, and great athletes have spring training in football, so they don't have time to play baseball.
Is anybody can somebody, since everybody here knows sports a lot more and the other ones outside of baseball, is there anybody that is being paid more than Juan Soto's 55 mil AAV for the next 15 years in basketball or football?
No.
I mean,
no.
But baseball is a longer season, though, ain't it?
It's 162 games. Yes.
And also
baseball is good old white boy sport, and they get great sponsors and great advertisers and great.
But we have conceded
that's
that.
why
Bro.
the money's there.
You remember when Rube Foster had the Negro League? Do you remember that Jackie Robinson came from the Kansas City Monarchs? Like the folks that we actually looked at as heroes, they were dominant in their sport before it was integrated. And because it was integrated, now we just don't want no parts of it. But meanwhile, basketball and football both integrated, and we dominate. We've just decided to let baseball go. I don't know.
Because like Rodney said, your better athletes are playing baseball, basketball, and football. The white boys who can't compete, with them brothers playing baseball.
Well, listen, I would formally like to challenge Rodney Perry to a game of baseball. One-on-one.
To answer your question.
How you play a game of baseball one-on-one? Tell me how you do.
One-on-one. Me and you.
How? If you hit the ball, who gonna catch it?
I'm not playing you because I don't like baseball like that.
Who gonna pass the ball?
And you, one-on-one. I play third base. And I
play third. I play shortstop. I play second base. All the infield. I played some outfield. I was never a pitcher. I called a couple of times, but I mean that's 30 years ago. Like, and don't get me, I love baseball. I think baseball is a great sport, but young blacks in America are just not playing it.
Yeah, it's sad.
They don't have no desire to play it. They don't want to play it.
I think it's coming back though.
May I defend something that y'all said earlier about me? Y'all said I didn't like baseball, and I'm trying.
You didn't like the game.
I would love to, know.
You're ungrateful. You just ungrateful.
Yeah, but no, I was bored. I was bored because you take me to a baseball game, right? And I don't know the teams. I don't know who to vote for, what's going on, and all we did was walk around. We just walked around.
I didn't walk around. I watched the game. I don't know what you was doing.
Watched it a little bit.
Number one, number two, you root for the home team.
That don't mean I'm rooting for them. So now I go for the Yankees. So that's gonna be my team.
Solo saying he didn't have no vested interest in the teams that were playing.
Thank you.
But look, to answer your question earlier, you asked, is anybody making the type of money that they making in baseball? Josh Allen signed a contract this year, actually a 6-year, $330 million contract where he makes $58 million a year. So in terms of the amount of time that he's playing, which is 6 years, the amount of his contract, as opposed to the 15-year deal that Soto signed, he actually in essence is making more than Soto.
Yeah.
For how long?
I just told you 6 years.
Yeah, the shorter
time. He makes $58 million a year. So in essence,
go ahead.
Okay, but I was saying you asked if they're making that type of money in basketball or football. If this makes more sense, Patrick Mahomes 2 years ago, I think, signed a 10 or 15-year deal with the Kansas City Chiefs for $500 million or $550 million or something like that.
Okay. Yeah, 550.
550 million. So when it is termed from the length of the contract to how much they're making per year, they're making more than what Juan Soto is making, is what I'm saying.
But you're speaking specifically about the AAV, and that's true. I did ask about that, but in terms of long-term contract, it doesn't even pan out. Over 6 years, if 60 mil, the dude's going to make about 300 mil. This dude's got 765 million guaranteed, even if he gets hurt. So it doesn't compare. And all I think is that black people, especially
he doesn't. No, whoa. That's not true. And that's not true. What you just said.
How?
He doesn't make 765 million if he's hurt. If his contract is not fully guaranteed. He does not have a fully guaranteed contract. Nobody does though.
If Juan Soto is hurt today, tomorrow, and goes on the IL, he's still getting his money this year. But that's all.
He gets whatever. We
don't lose everybody. Look, Roddy
we're not.
Bo, I think he's having a. I don't know if Solo's awake or not.
Hold on. I'm saying? So
I'm gonna move on. Okay,
I'm watching this shit.
Money. There's a contract and then there's guaranteed money. So with Josh Allen, his guaranteed part of his contract is $250 million. So he's guaranteed that no matter what. Out of a $330 million contract, he's making $58 million a year. Like that's if it's a 6-year contract. So let's just for the sake of argument say you add another 6 years to that, and you give him $350 million. So now 350 and 350 comes to $700 million. So what you're still, and he's still not 5 more years. You're talking about 15 years with the same team playing more games, making less money than a quarterback who's making $58 million per season. That's all I'm saying.
All right,
that's what I'm saying.
You win.
Well, for that kind of money, I'll play any kind of damn sport there is. I'll take either one of them damn salaries.
I do paid masturbation.
Is that even legal still? Like, didn't they put? You got to put your ID in now or something like that. I don't know. All right, I got a real quick question. All right, so we was talking about basketball. We talked about baseball a little bit. Maybe there's time for a tiny bit of football. I don't know if y'all saw what happened at the White House with Ohio State and them having the. I think didn't the president drop the trophy or something like that?
Did he? I didn't see that.
No, they tried to auction off the trophy.
Well, no. He was up there and then they presented them the trophy, which is something I think the Eagles didn't do, right? The Eagles didn't go to the White House.
They elected not to go.
No. They elected to, and then they changed their mind and said they was.
Oh, they did.
So
they did.
Just to update that.
Just update. Okay, cool. So, in this particular instance, if I'm not mistaken, I think that the Vice President J.D. Vance, I think he dropped it. And folks are like, okay, would that have happened if it was a different type of situation? So y'all really didn't see this? Okay, I thought this was.
No, you gotta run it.
All right, here we go.
Oh Lord, what else you expect from a dummy?
So yeah, he broke it. That happened, and I don't know if the team felt disrespected, but it happened real quick. So I mean, it's not really news, not really nothing worth debating.
Man, listen. Man, somebody's supposed to get their ass whooped, man. You know how hard I worked for that damn trophy? I'd have fucked the vice president up. Let me explain something to you. You don't drop a trophy that these niggas been fighting their ass off to get. They went through hell to get it, and you gonna drop the bitch? I wish the fuck you would.
Man, he is part of Donald Trump campaign. You know what I'm saying? What you expect from him? He is part of Donald Trump's stupidity. So yeah, I wouldn't expect nothing less than that. Yeah.
All right. Well, listen, let me make this the last one. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, I think we overreacting. He didn't drop the trophy. He dropped the base of the trophy, which is the thing that holds the trophy in place. That wasn't the trophy that he dropped. The trophy was the big gold thing that he was holding in his hand. What he dropped was the actual was the actual base that just the trophy sits upon. So, I mean, whatever.
No, Ty.
But he still dropped.
It was broken.
Exactly.
I mean, it wasn't together. Like anybody would have dropped it if you don't know that the shit is stuck together. Like if I didn't know that shit's stuck together, then you pick that shit up and the bottom part falls off because it's not stuck to the trophy.
What you do is you handle it as delicately as possible because of how valuable it is and how important it is, and you try to lift it as a whole before you try to lift it from the top up. Like what the fuck? He's not a toddler. It's a trophy. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is he doing? So I ain't mad, but it happened. You know, it happened. Let's go ahead and get on the out of here, man. Let's go ahead and start wrapping up. I had one last thing, and Ty, this one is specifically for you because you brought this up and you said you wanted to make this a topic. And so I thought I'd give you an opportunity before we get out of here to make your case as to the greatness of Larry Bird and maybe why he's not mentioned in so many talks about who's the greatest. I'm interested in hearing what everybody in the panel thinks about this opinion, but please go ahead and give a take so we can comment on it.
Yeah, I know that we have a lot of discussions when it comes to who the GOAT is. A lot of people just immediately go to Michael Jordan, LeBron James, and Kobe, and rightfully so. But what Larry was able to do in the game of basketball for so many years is uncanny. Like this man took a team that had never ever been to the national championship game, and never probably ever in their life will again in the Indiana State program, and after that, then took the Boston Celtics, who prior to the year of him coming, I think won 30 games, but then he comes and they win 60 something games and wind up in the NBA playoffs. And he did that basically by himself. You know, when you sit there and you look at the team that he had, when I went back and I looked at the players on the team, he didn't have any other superstars. He had a bunch of journeymen at that time. He had an old washed up Pete Maravich. And everything like that. But what Larry Bird was able to accomplish in the league at that time, just especially as a white boy, you know what I'm saying? When right at that time you had a lot of up and coming. You had Dr. J, you had Moses Malone, you had a lot of greats in that part. But what I'm saying is that I think Larry Bird is one of the best players that ever played a game of basketball, and you never hear him discussed in the GOAT talk. You never hear his name brought up, and I'm just kind of curious why that is. I mean, at the small forward position and the power forward position, which he played, he kind of intermingled both positions. But at that position, what he was able to do, Larry was unstoppable. Larry was one of those players that literally could come up and tell you what he was going to do, and he'd do it, and there wasn't nothing you could do about it. And when I hear everybody talking about the GOAT talks and Larry Bird's name never comes up, it's a little appalling to me. I'm like, oh, well, y'all must have forgot about this dude. And I just think he deserves more recognition and a little bit more when it comes to the discussions about the GOAT.
He was bad. He was a bad boy. He was definitely a bad boy.
I'll be glad when somebody talk to me. Ooh, Black Ron. Oh, Black Ron, let me say something real quick. I'm going to leave whatever the fuck I was about to say to Black Ron. Go ahead.
Man, you made me do a solo shot for that, man.
I think Larry Bird is a person who was regaled in greatness in a time when the NBA was holding fast to its racist roots. Larry Bird was the captain of a team that was based in the most racist city in all of the NBA. He had one of the most racist coaches in all of the NBA. Larry Bird is from one of the most racist cities in all of America. So he was held to this position of greatness by a lot of white folks who love to see this white man go out and barely jump over a sheet of fucking paper every night against all of these black boys. Could he shoot? Yes. Could he pass? Yes. Could he dribble? Yeah. Not that great. Was he dunking? Hell no. Was he posting motherfuckers up? Not at all. But what he was good at, he was good at. And I think Larry Bird is held in the Eminem space where it's the one white boy that did something mid-level amongst a bunch of niggas. And he did it so mid that it allowed him to be around the niggas like, hey, look, the white boy is actually pretty good. If Larry Bird would have been dark-skinned, he would be just like the other fucking niggas on his team that nobody fucking remembers. Like the dude that walked past the fucking free throw line and did the choke maneuver. Nobody knows his fucking name. Just like all the other niggas that played on the fucking Boston Celtics that nobody remembers they fucking name as going towards the annals of history. Nobody remembers those niggas' names, and they got the same amount of rings Larry got because they played on the team the same amount of years Larry played. But Larry Bird was fucking mid. But he's mid in a name. Hold on, he's mid in a world where the logo is still a white dude who is number 22. On the fucking scoring sheet, bro. Where does Larry Bird rank among scoring titles?
Hey, Ron.
Where does Larry Bird rank amongst motherfucking steals?
I saw Larry Bird play. I saw Larry Bird play, man. Larry Bird was a bad boy. He had the handle, he had the shot, he could pass the ball. And Larry was a bad boy, man.
He
may not be in the GOAT. He may not be in the GOAT conversation, but Larry Bird was a bad boy, man.
I disagree.
One of the most period shooters. He's one of the most period shooters ever, man.
And you know who else was? Dirk Nowitzki. And he'll never be in the GOAT talks neither. But he was good at what the fuck he was good at.
Well, I don't think that Larry Bird isn't brought up. I think that the GOAT is one person. So I think automatically most folks go to the two dominant people, the ones that Stephen A. and Shannon talk about.
Hold on, Rodney done woke up.
Don't nobody put Larry Bird on none of their fantasy teams when they put together teams of all the generations, like when the nigga have Shaq and Dr. J and, you know what I'm saying, Anthony Edwards on the same team. When they put together these teams, these top 75-year teams, don't nobody be like, give me Larry Bird.
That's true.
I would.
That's not true. That is not true.
That is true.
That is not true.
That is true. That is true. Not only that, because you got it, Kai. You just said earlier that you're surprised that they don't mention him, but yet y'all just said right now that they do. Hold on.
No, we said in the GOAT conversation, it's a different conversation.
Thank you, Rodney.
Okay, but what I'm saying is,
now look. Let me jump in here. I woke up. Okay. I got a little nap. So look, I told y'all I was about to go down. I told y'all 30 minutes ago. Anyway.
Hey, you could have cut your camera off though.
How about this?
Nah, please don't do that. We can't make a reel out of no cam.
Larry Bird, although a great player, he was not the best of his era.
Oh.
He just wasn't. Magic Johnson was way better, much better athlete. And so, of course, when you start talking about the athleticism of today, people like Michael Jordan, who everybody regarded as the best, Larry was nowhere near that. But he managed to win. He was a winner, and you got to take your hat off to being a winner. But again, it's a team sport. So
hey, Rodney.
I think Larry Bird, like Bo P said, it was great. But so what? He ain't no GOAT at all. Matter of fact, he not only not a GOAT. He might be a Chihuahua.
Hey, Rodney.
Larry Bird
Magic Johnson would tell you this himself. Larry Bird was a better shooter than Magic Johnson, Rodney.
He wasn't a better player, not an all-around player.
But he wasn't a better dribbler, passer, or scorer than Magic was.
Hey, go check your neighbor. Because your neighbor is very much, your neighbor gonna be a GOAT before this boy will ever be a GOAT.
Magic had more points than Larry, and Magic was in the league way shorter than Larry was.
Sure.
Well, I think it's more.
No, he was. Look. Stop. Time out. That Larry and Magic came out like the same year. So what are y'all talking about? They literally came out the same. See, this is why when it comes to basketball,
came out of what the same year? Larry stayed in the NBA years.
They came out of college the same year.
I know that. Nigga, they played each other in the championship game. I said that Larry had a longer NBA career than Magic did. But Magic scored way fucking more points.
But
listen with both ears.
But he did
How could he have a longer career if they came out the same year?
They came out the same year.
Because Larry Bird stayed in the NBA longer than Magic did. Magic left in 92 for the age.
He coached in the NBA. He did not stay there longer than Magic. Magic played in an all-star game that Larry was not in. What are you talking about? That's what I'm saying. Listen, when it comes to Larry Bird played for the Indiana State College. They were not a Power 5 team. They were a team that nobody had ever even talked about. Magic went to the Michigan State Spartans and went to the national championship game. Larry brought an Indiana State team to the national championship. Indiana State hasn't been to the March Madness since then. That's what I'm saying. You measure greatness by a player's ability to take a team.
You measure niggas NBA greatness by what he did in college. Get the fuck out of here, Ty. What the fuck are you talking about? No, nigga, no. I let you rock. I just let you rock. I just let you get that shit off. Because we're talking about what makes a GOAT a GOAT. And we're talking about professional fucking sports. And you gonna tell me that you're gonna add to the GOAT conversation what a nigga did in college, cuz? Well, if that's the case, how the fuck, hold on. If that's the case, how the fuck is LeBron in the GOAT conversation? He never went to college, nigga. What the fuck are you talking about? Kobe Bryant never went to college, nigga.
What the fuck I'm talking about is this. I said this all to lead up to the fact that this nigga went to a Boston team that was had 30 wins prior to him getting there. When he got there, they went 62 and 30. So
they had 30 wins that season, but they had won plenty of times before with a nigga named Bill Russell.
Do you know how many years ago Bill was there before Larry got there, nigga? Are you serious?
What the fuck are you talking about?
When Larry got there, the Celtics won 4 championships. Guess who the fuck they beat in those?
And what was Chicago's record before Mike got there? And what was LA's record before Kobe got there? That's how you get a #1 pick. You gotta have a shitty season. You gotta have a shitty season to get the #1, 2, and 3 picks.
You're not gonna answer the fucking question.
Do you not understand how lotteries work?
At the end of the fucking day, they beat Magic Johnson and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar to win those fucking championships.
And Magic Johnson beat the Celtics to get all of his championships. That's why they had the fucking rivalry throughout the 80s. What the fuck are you talking about?
Literally, they beat the Celtics team when Larry was on his decline, and they literally had.
So that's the only one they won. That's the only one they won. That's the only one they won. They didn't win. Wait a minute. Wait a fucking minute. Mr. Larry was everything in college. Wait a fucking minute. Mr. Larry was everything in college. Magic and Larry went into the league the same year. Who won the championship their first year in the league?
Magic.
Who the fuck did he beat, nigga? Who the fuck did he beat, nigga?
Look. Who the fuck
did he beat, nigga? No. Who the fuck did he beat, nigga?
Did not beat nobody, nigga. The Lakers beat the Celtics. What I'm talking about is a nigga.
Magic didn't beat nobody, but the Lakers beat the Celtics.
Nigga, Magic did not win.
Boy, you sound like a world championship rider right now. Get you a saddle. Get you a saddle. Fuck is you talking about?
Nigga, just because
them niggas got the same amount of championships, nigga.
Nigga. Magic Johnson won with a healthy Kareem Abdul-Jabbar on his motherfucking team.
And Larry won with a healthy Robert Parrish on his squad, with a dirty playing Kevin McHale on his squad.
Larry Bird went to the championship game with no Robert Parrish, no Kevin McHale, nobody. His best player on the team at the time was old ass washed up Pete Maravich. What I'm telling you is Larry Bird took the Celtics to the championship game by his fucking self. Magic went with Larry Bird and Cooper and all of them other niggas that was already good. With no fucking Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, the Lakers are not even in the finals, nigga. That's what I'm talking about. That's why I'm
actually wrong, because if you watch the show Winning Time, it'll show you when Kareem was down. Magic took over and got their ass to the championship.
Did you not hear what I just said? The Lakers would not have been in the playoffs without a Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. That's what I said.
They made it to the playoffs without Kareem because Kareem was hurt.
No, they didn't.
That's why when he came back, it was Magic's team.
No, they made it into the finals without Kareem because he got hurt before the finals. Nigga. You know, man, come on.
He was hurt before that. He went down. He was hurt before that. He played hurt for as long as he could.
Yo, whether he played hurt as long as
you a rider, get you a saddle. Be sure you grease your thighs up.
The point that I made was that Larry Bird took a Boston Celtics team who won 30 games the year before to the NBA Finals the next year by his fucking self. Now, and you name one other player outside of what I just named and Pete Maravich on that Celtics team that he took to the championship, and I'll wait.
Magic wasn't a high flyer.
Nigga, it was
he wasn't a high
15 other
flyer.
niggas on the team.
He wasn't no flashy
Nobody
player.
knows the fucking roster.
I mean, Larry Bird wasn't no high flyer. He wasn't no dunker and all that impressive dunker. But the man had skills on the court, man. The dude played some serious basketball.
Is there any? All right. My theory is that. All right, I'm gonna ruffle some feathers, perhaps, but because he was an anomaly at the time, like Bron said, he's in a sea of.
Actually, Magic got way more rings than Larry got, nigga. Larry only got 3 rings.
Larry played. I just said that Magic played on the Lakers with a slew of
Larry
talent.
only got 3. No. You just got through talking all that tough shit, and Larry Bird only has 3 fucking championships. He was amazing. He was all world. He took the Celtics here and there and everywhere, and they did this and they did that. They barely won in motherfucking 82.
And guess what? The conversation came up this week is if Steph Curry win another championship, he may go down as the GOAT over LeBron James. That just came up this week. They said Steph, if he win another championship, he had the same amount of championship as LeBron James.
Well, we glad you said that because it ain't gonna happen. Not this year.
5 is more than 4. They both have 4 rings right now. If Steph win one more, he'll have 5. 5 more than 4.
And Kobe got 5.
And Kobe got 5. So that'll drop LeBron down to the Shaq level of the GOAT conversation, and that'll elevate Steph up to the Kobe level of the conversation.
And
that it starts off with rings.
Yeah.
Yes, it does.
Now look. Now what you could do if you really want to like argue it is you could say there's an asterisk by those wins by Steph because 2 of those championships was basically gifted to him by Kevin Durant. I'm just gonna put that. I'm just saying.
You can't say that. And he beat Kevin Durant the year before.
But he won 2 without it. And he won 2 without it too.
No.
LeBron had Dwayne Wade. Kobe had Shaq. So you can't say that.
Well,
you can't say that, bro. You can't say that. Kevin Durant went to the team.
Kevin went on somewhere else. Kevin went on somewhere else and he still ain't won 1. Kevin went somewhere else and he still ain't won 1. Steph is still there and he won 2 without him. So you can't say that.
Steph won 2 without Kevin, bro.
Right, and Kevin went somewhere else and never won 1 again. So you can't bring that up.
I'm only saying that because in the 2 finals victories that they did get with Kevin Durant, he was finals MVP in both. That's why I said that. He led the team to the championship that year. That's why I said that. And there's a lot of pundits that would support this argument. And that's why they did not like the fact that
didn't Dwayne Wade win most valuable player? Did Dwayne Wade win 1 when he was with LeBron?
No, well, he didn't.
Didn't Dwayne win 1 when he had Shaq?
No,
right.
Yes. Shaq won. I mean, Dwayne Wade won MVP when he was with Shaq. He didn't win MVP when he Finals MVP when he was with Dwayne. I mean, with LeBron. So that's what I was saying.
LeBron won that.
What I was saying was that in the 2 championships that Kevin Durant had come over from OKC, that he won Finals MVP in both of those championships, and then he got hurt and so on and so forth. So that's why I said there's a lot of pundits that still to this day are like, you know, they question KG for making that move to a team that was already established, that had already won the championship.
And I would say this: if Steph would have came out of college, came out of high school, and went straight to the pros, he had more points than LeBron now.
You smoking crack.
3s out of more than 2s, dummy.
Yeah, what? That doesn't mean no. But hold up,
because Steph went to a small school. He didn't have that kind of recognition. That's the only reason.
With Davidson, took Davidson ass to the Final Four.
To the
now
Final
you want to
Four.
talk about a nigga that did some shit by his goddamn self.
Right. Same thing Bird did.
Steph took a modern day, not no shit that happened in the fucking 70s. The 2008 Davidson Final Four team went there on the back of Steph Curry.
Steph Curry.
Oh, I'm not taking anything from Steph. I love that Davidson team, and I love Steph when he was there. But what I was saying for Larry is that Larry did it with an Indiana State team, which if you know anything about Indiana State, to this day, they have never ever even touched a glimpse of March Madness since then. Davidson has in fact been back to the March Madness since Steph wasn't there. So I was just speaking about one player's impact on a team, and since then Indiana State has never seen anything like it since. That's why I was saying that Larry
Bird get the ball to Will.
Well, hey, let's go ahead, man. This has been a real fun combo, but I ain't gonna lie, man. That was dope. That was on some old Stephen A. Listen, Stephen A. LeBron, Stephen A. What?
It's one of the best segments we don't have. One of the best segments we don't have.
And Saturday, that was like, yo, very, 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 very passionate. I love the conversation. I want to shout out the homie Rodney Perry for pulling up for us, man. I hope you don't be his last time.
All right.
That you spent taking a nap. That's cool too. I appreciate my man Rod for coming in his morning
always
his drive of shame. You know what I'm saying? Coming through fresh with the locks on. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to, even though Bo P should have rescued his neighbor, he said, fuck all that, I'm pulling up to the pod. Now I'm talking about, man, I appreciate you for that, bro. Somebody out there on fire right now. And Solo still got his hair and Wi-Fi in under construction.
Yeah, but y'all have to say how better it look. Y'all, this dog
don't look better. It don't look better. You look like a Minecraft bird
and y'all.
Holla, guys.
Let me say,
so appreciate all of y'all. Shout out to Rodney. Rodney gonna be somewhere this weekend. Shout out where you gonna be, man.
Where am I? Harrisburg, Pennsylvania this weekend. Myself, Talon, and a host of other guys. We'll have a great show.
I appreciate that.
Oh, yeah. I'll be in Florida this week with Solo this week.
I was about to ask you, where else you going? You gonna be with Solo? All right.
I'll be in Florida all week. Be in Florida, yeah.
You in Florida too? You bringing your Wi-Fi?
Yeah.
All right,
man, fuck that, man. Listen, hey, I don't be shaking, but here's how I go down. Hey, don't forget, y'all, if you're in Daytona, we gonna have the Beaches Comedy Night. That's what me and my boy Bo P. You can check all that out on my page. You can go to Go Solo Jones and find that out. And we'll be there Wednesday, baby. Wednesday, I'm in the building.
All right, cool, man. Well, appreciate it again, man. Wednesday, check out Solo, check out Bo P. Black Ron, where you at, bro?
April 24th, 26th, we in Little Rock with it. And then, don't forget, Chicago, Juneteenth. Let's go ahead and set that thing out, man. Juneteenth, I'm at Riddle's Comedy Club. Go get them tickets right now.
Go do that. I'll be featuring for him too. Tell him, Black.
Yeah, me too.
Hey, listen. I already know Black Ron gonna be dipped to the motherfucking gods for motherfucking Chicago. He can't pull up in Chicago without.
Oh man, I'm gonna have the shit on, as they say, my brother. I'm gonna have it on.
He gonna have it on.
Ron wear his belt all the way up here, bro.
Hey,
it still look right.
Hey, man,
it still look right. It don't look bad. Yeah, I can do that. I can do that. And
all Vince tools got baseball pants on them. That's why he don't know nothing about dressing.
Hey man, if y'all in the Alpharetta, Georgia area, the end of the month, this month, I'll be at Helium's weekend. So check it out.
Helium in Alpharetta? I didn't know they had a Helium in Alpharetta. Okay, that's what's up, man. For sure. Well, myself, I will be in Fort Lauderdale at the Improv with my dog Preacher Lawson Friday, Saturday. And I'll be doing a Don't Tell show as well out about there. So check out the Instagram. But appreciate each and every last one of y'all who tuned in. Shout out to my people, man. We is a full on deck today. Everybody pulled up. So appreciate each and every last one of y'all. And yes, if you like what you saw, pull on up next time. We outside. Let's go.